Welcome to Mourning the Morning.
Oh, the universe is talking to me today, Nick.
It is spinning and we are listening. My name is Nick.
I am Shawn.
Nieblis.
Warner. Well done.
And we are
Look at these two
individually
monkeys.
mourning the morning.
Yeah.
And also together, mourning the morning. We like to bring you fun things. We pontificate.
Constantly.
Alternatively. We also, what else do we do? Share it?
I did share it. We share it. You should share it.
We share it.
We share the proverbial it.
We all, wait, what? What is the proverbial it that we share?
Our essence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our essence.
I like that. It's nice.
I'm in a good mood today, man.
I'm glad you're in a good
I
mood.
woke up and depression wanted to kick my ass this morning. No joke.
Really?
I grabbed depression and I said, not today, depression. I said, buddy,
Oh my God.
you don't have control.
Wow! That's how you handle depression.
$6 in his wallet. That was a waste.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you feel it coming? Do you ever have that feeling where it starts coming in? I felt it, and I was just like, nope, not today. Not today.
The thing that I've been,
4 hours, to be honest with you, after that.
yeah, you know, like those kind of things have long-reaching roots and stems. You know what I mean? Where
like an oak tree?
like where you kind of see how like depression and anxiety and you know fear and those kind of things all play into together. So I can't say, I don't know what clinical depression feels like. I feel like I've been depressed. You know, I don't I can't say that I have bouts of, you know, severe depression. I know that exists, but I'm not there. But lately I've been dealing with a lot more anxiety stuff, and I feel like it is akin to those kinds of things.
Yeah.
You know, of that feeling of like you're unable to do something different to make yourself feel different.
Right. Why do I have to just feel that way?
Yeah, like no matter what.
You have to go investigate.
That's a very frustrating thing.
You have to hire an attorney. It's insane.
You got to discover about yourself.
What up, Stephanie?
Now, this is something that people are finding out as they get older, largely because of the research that is being done on these things. Like, what's interesting is I don't feel like, I know like, oh, millennials have anxiety, millennials have depression. I think that, I don't know if the amount of depression and anxiety and all that kind of stuff is more, so much as it
you mean
is just...
as in any different in a different generation?
Yeah.
Okay.
So much as it is just simply addressed more openly, and thus people are more open to getting their stuff handled and
Think
talked
about how much negative shit you have to weed through every morning. You're like,
Think about this, right? Millennials went through, you know, all the stuff that they've gone through, and there's a lot of anxiety, depression in that, you know, even within, you know, in our generations as well.
What's up, Crystal?
Our grandparents went through world wars. You don't think that
Those
there
didn't
was some,
exist?
like, and literally the Great Depression. I can't imagine that there's more anxiety.
It was
depression.
called the Great Depression,
right?
And there was no medicine back then for that.
I'm just saying, like, there had to have been more and more, like, more anxiety and depression.
You would think. You would think.
Just
sure.
Nobody knew what it was. It was things that you just had to push through and get over. And there is something to that, but also when somebody, you know, you know, you always had the crazy Uncle Joe or those kinds of people, you know.
Could someone Google?
Got a little nuts.
Could someone Google when Prohibition was? The years Prohibition was? Was it during the Great Depression?
Early 1900s. It was around.
Or before? No, it was the 30s, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Shane?
History?
Do you know when Prohibition was? Could you imagine the Great Depression and
What's up, Shane?
not being able to have any booze. Could you imagine?
That would suck.
That would seriously suck.
Although weed laws were a lot less strict then.
Okay. I don't think a lot of people knew what it was, right?
Marijuana?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the 30s?
Nobody gave a deal about it. Nobody cared. Right.
When was it classified as a Schedule I narcotic?
Nixon.
Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
They relaxed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nixon, because of the blacks and the hippies. Nixon.
You gotta be kidding me.
Freaking Nixon.
You gotta be kidding me.
There's people that praise Nixon still.
Sure.
That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Today's all about adulting, folks. It isn't that hard, right?
I promise. It is hard in the beginning.
Thank you, Shane. 20 to 32.
Was the Great Depression?
Mm-hmm. No, was the
Prohibition. Mm. Yeah, and that was...
Yeah.
As soon as we got into war, we were like, we need booze!
That's right. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate it, man.
I never remember the dates for any world wars.
No.
I know, like, the 30s to 40, like 43 is when World War II ended.
V-Day. When was V-Day?
I don't know. That is not my area of expertise.
It's December 38th, 1900? We're going to go with that.
Oh, gosh.
We're going to go with that.
Even worse.
December 38th?
Stephanie says that weed was used to help with periods in the 30s.
Oh.
Well, it's used to help with everything now.
Everything.
Literally everything.
I hope you're smoking right now.
Why not?
Enjoy yourself.
Do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been hearing a lot about just in general people having a hard time because I feel like there are basic skills that most of us didn't learn growing up that our parents and our educators should have taught us.
Yes, definitely.
You can teach things like tenacity and grit and just how to deal with and cope with how to deal with and cope with anxiety and feelings of depression and sadness and rejection and all these kinds of things that I feel like our parents didn't really ever talk to us about these things, right?
I was lucky enough to have my parents do that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I didn't mean to double your point, sir. Son's gonna be okay. No. Don't. Listen. Hey. Listen. It's okay. You're old man Pete.
I'm never gonna love again.
You're gonna love again. Okay?
Because I peed myself. I picked up on what you put down. I picked up on what you put down. I said yes and to that.
What up, Jeff?
Oh.
Adulting sucks when you pick the wrong partner, right, Shawn?
Whoa.
That's true.
Who said that?
That's Shane.
Okay, Shane.
We both picked the wrong same person. That's so great.
Oh, she doesn't watch?
No, she don't watch. She don't watch.
That's hilarious. You know what? That's a big part of it. Having a support system, honestly. Mm-hmm. Having people around you that can support you and lift you up and make you feel good. The only reason why my marriage has worked, we've been married 12 years. It'll be 13 years this year.
Yeah.
Lucky number 13.
Hey.
And
this is the year, my man. This is the year she actually falls in love with you. I promise.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, you didn't know?
You don't think my wife is in love with me? Sean,
this is the year,
First of all, as you can so plainly see, this man has his faults on display. Okay?
Starting with
there's no reason why any woman would stay with me for any other reason than I can't leave. I love him. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. And she has.
Sometimes people feel stuck, Nick.
Yeah.
Mary's up.
She either loves it or lists it.
That's right. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping she loves it.
She's gonna either toddler or tiara it. I thought we were doing TLC thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
She's gonna big.
Oh, Kim's watching. She said only 12 years. See, you don't even know what year.
Wait, it'll be 12?
This is perfect. Thank you,
We've been together 13. It's because.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah,
it wasn't my mistake.
Oh.
It was the fact that we've been together 13 years.
Oh, look at this. I've never seen someone backpedal so fast. Come back, Nick. Come back. You're blowing your hair forward.
That's not the point.
Is that the point?
That's the point.
Keep it up, Kim. There won't be a 13. She's a delight. You're lucky to have her.
She's a minch. You're lucky to have her.
What were we talking about?
Adulting. Man. Yes.
Adulting.
No.
Yes.
Oh, having a partner in it with you to help propel you forward. It's necessary, not just romantically, but you have to have close friends. If you don't have a partner, if you don't have close friends, you have to, lean on family. Somebody. You have to have a cheerleader.
You're a big piece of my pie chart.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you got it.
You're a big piece of my bar graph. Come on, man.
That was sweet. Dude.
Stop it.
That was really
Stop
sweet.
it.
Thanks, man.
A rational percentage of my heart belongs to you, Shawn.
Oh, man.
It's true.
Oh.
It's true. True story. True story. True story.
But it's true, though. It's true. Having that support system is a big deal getting through life. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do it with a friend.
Get through it with a buddy.
Do it with a buddy. Buddy system, people.
This is friends with benefits without the sexual benefits. Or have those too, I guess.
I have it. I don't know. We don't judge.
Do what you want to do. But, have somebody who's your freaking cheerleader. And that is so important.
Yep.
This guy is my cheerleader. And my wife. I'm my wife's cheerleader.
Give me an N.
And.
Give me an I.
I.
Your name's too long. I'm not doing all of Nicholas.
There's only two more letters.
I'm here for
you.
You
can shorten it. There's only two more letters.
It would lose its
you are
luster.
never there for me. I hate you.
What are you saying?
Ridiculous.
Every time. See, he goes off every time. All right, Nick. Give me a C. So rough.
You're ridiculous, Shawn. Goodness gracious.
Clearly.
Can we
I just murdered my
on?
depression this morning.
Yeah, you did murder it.
I did not mean to do that.
I threw throwing stars at my anxiety today.
Boy,
yeah. Yeah. I broke mirrors.
Oh, that's great.
I broke. There's more layers to that.
Yeah, there is.
See myself.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah. Attacking me.
That's right.
Same
Anxiety,
thing, but it's
you
like
realize
a feedback loop.
It's just.
Yep.
Well done. What about you guys? Is adulting hard for you? You got to get up. You have responsibilities.
The whole idea, I think you have to get past the idea of that you are going to be doing a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Now, you can achieve anything you freaking want to.
Mm-hmm.
With enough time and effort, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Anything's attainable.
You are going to be doing a lot of shit that you don't want to do. For a long time.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily, but
yes,
there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be struggles, those are the things that you're going to have to. If somebody even
says that I want to be president of the United States.
I do. Thank
awesome.
you. I'm putting my hat in the ring. What?
We don't need you.
Why?
I'm sorry,
I'm a conservative.
As the only representative of the progressive agenda here.
Okay.
I'm going to have to say we're not going to need any straight male white men.
Pretty moderate, bud. Come on.
I am cemented on the left.
Yes,
sir.
you are. Yes, you are. What up, Tiffany?
Hi, Tiff.
She knows how to adult.
Tiffany knows how to
She
adult.
holds down a job.
What's her secret?
Um,
Tiffany, what's your secret in adulting?
Mm.
You got to give yourself time for things.
Oh, you mean like take care of yourself?
You
A
got to
little
do
bit.
all
You
kinds
gotta
of
take a little bit of.
self-care.
Okay, big one. Big one. This was me for several years.
Yeah.
Just like I couldn't
Just
care
going,
to
going,
buy
going.
myself anything.
Mm-hmm.
I would go months without a haircut.
How many
you know what I mean?
pairs of underwear got holes in them right now, Shawn?
Oh, none now.
Oh,
they did at one point. Oh yeah, they did at one point.
They can always tell an economy
Mm-hmm.
and how good an economy is doing based on the underwear sales.
On the underwear purchases.
Men's underwear sales.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting.
Because that is the one. That's one thing very
We should
specifically.
read that. The Onion.
No, I think it was in a Malcolm Gladwell.
Okay.
But it was something about the
Clean underwear
no. Men will go longer without buying
when they're on the down.
underwear
When they're down.
when they're down.
Okay.
When they have financial issues or whatever. So you can actually tell the economy and how it's doing based on underwear sales.
How are the sales right now?
I don't know, Sean. Everyone's probably shit themselves.
Did
So
you just-
so
did
they're
you-
probably up high.
That's what I'm saying.
Like literally everyone in Congress has shit the bed.
Okay.
Trump shit the bed nightly.
Mm-hmm.
Like probably hourly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say underwear sales are high.
Ah.
Morale is low.
I think Trump is a boxer's man or a briefs man.
He's a tidy whitey.
He's tidy whitey. Oh yeah.
Gross.
I had a guy. I may have told this story before, but it bears telling again.
Hi, Lisa.
What up, Lisa?
Lisa.
I had a client.
Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey. What up, Lisa?
What's going on?
Hey, Lisa.
What is that, Lisa?
I don't know. Well, I have a Thea Lisa. My
Okay.
Aunt Lisa.
Yeah.
You know, I got.
Is this
So
her?
I feel like, no.
Oh, okay.
But like, it just made me think of like, what's up, Lisa?
Orale, Lisa.
Orale, Lisa. ¿Qué pasa, Lisa?
So I had a client. I did security for years. I had a client, and he tells me to come by because I had to pick up some signs,
Okay.
some signage.
Signage.
It says security and all that.
Right.
And I was like, "You got it." He wanted me to approve it to make sure it was okay.
Uh-huh.
And I get to the house. He's an older guy. He's a tidy-whitey guy.
Oh,
and you
no.
know why I know this?
Because he came to the door in tidy
That's
whities.
all he was wearing. Old man just said, "Hey, Shawn, come on in." I'm like, "Okay, this is happening."
Did he do one of these?
Oh,
Did he do one
he
of
did one of
these?
these.
Oh, yeah. Gotta stretch the elastic.
That's right.
Okay.
Come on in.
All right.
Gotta get you something to drink.
This is somebody who's decided that adulting only happens outside of his door.
Right.
Right?
Once he's in his
Once
place,
he's in his
that's
domain.
his zone.
Yeah. Oh.
I loved it the whole time. We're just conversation, right balls hanging out.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He didn't care. Dogs all around him. So he had dog hair on him and stuff. Gnarly.
Don't you hate going somewhere where somebody's
Smelled
you
like
notice-
dirty money.
dirty money?
Yeah.
Ugh. You know, like,
That's right.
don't you hate going somewhere and they got like, I love animals.
Okay.
Right?
I like animals.
I like animals. I like cats. I like dogs.
Mhm.
You know, I don't really hate any kind of animals. There's some people
Even
that
the
are
ones
like,
we eat.
ooh, I love them.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious and
Yep.
friendly.
Yeah.
Just like our friendship.
Delicious and friendly.
Half the calories.
I love that they're high in fat though.
High
in
yeah,
fat.
Yeah. Also an ego. Listen!
I just had to start adulting early. Nick was our senior year when I had my first son. Wow.
That's one way to get you there quick.
Oh, you better
Even though, like-
you better start googling adulting if you got somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like, obviously not to that extreme, but sometimes it does help to be kind of thrust into
Okay.
situations where you have to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously, that's a rough situation.
That's a struggle.
You know, Kim and I had kids when I was 23 and she was 22, 21, something like that. You know, so we all, like, none of our friends were having kids. So that was also something.
Uh-oh.
It was like a honeymoon baby. We had no intentions of having kids that early, but we did.
Yeah.
And so for me, I felt like, you know, because of the support system that we had around us and you know, we were married and together and, you know, and she, you know, had a job and all this kind of stuff. We had a foundation
Mm-hmm.
of, you know, that we could handle that stress. You know, of okay, we're having a baby.
That's tough.
So it wasn't a panic moment because there was a foundation. I think that that's important about how do you adult. Well, you have to start from the beginning. You can't skip steps. You know,
although we often do, especially if you're thrust into something, you're like, okay,
and that's how you
get this
learn.
job that I can't stand or whatever. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Google didn't exist yet.
No.
How much easier it should have been then?
Oh.
Gosh, tell me about it.
There's a dad right now who's feeding his kid or changing a diaper with a phone in his hand on YouTube.
Like,
okay,
is this what's up with this rash?
I don't understand.
Oh gosh,
is that the same color? Oh, that is not the same color.
Gosh, does
it
it smell? Does it?
It smells.
It smells
really
bad.
It's pretty bad.
Boy. Oh, it's just shit.
Oh. Woo!
All right, there it is.
Our first kid was a struggle.
Man, oh.
Yeah. You know,
thinking back to like all that. Now that we're past it, you know, Lisa, I'm sure you're way past it now.
We're past that stage of adulting. We're in a whole nother stage of adulting now.
Now, yeah. Mm-hmm. My oldest is 11.
Okay.
My youngest is 5.
Mine's gonna be 21 this year. 21.
You are old.
Me and him are gonna shoot up heroin.
Drink a beer.
Grab a beer. Grab a beer. Son, hold the.
Me and Ian are gonna smoke some marijuana together.
Okay.
I intend to.
Okay.
Smoke marijuana with your son.
Okay. Hey, do you think twins ever walking around thinking that one of them was definitely unplanned? I'm sorry.
That's legit. That's a legit question. If you're a twin.
Well, you mentioned that Lael wasn't planned, but usually multiples are not planned. Imagine if you're triplets, like 2 of us are not supposed to be here.
Literally, even if you're planning on having a baby, most people are not planning on having, 2 or 3 kids in one pregnancy. So you're right. So if you are one of 2 or one of 3 or one or more in one single pregnancy, one of you is a mistake. Or more.
They're not. They're still planned, but which one? That would be a lifelong, like...
You're saying that...
You were planned! No. I'm the one who's getting shit on my whole life! You were always the golden child!
I mean, the thing is, my wife's a twin.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Oh, that's right. I was not thinking. Oh, that's so great. Oh, what do we got? By the time I was 23, I had 3 kids. She's got you beat.
Lisa was kicking ass.
She was getting down.
Nice.
I mean, she was doing the mom thing.
All right.
3 kids. By the time you were 23, she was adulting hard.
I bet you Lisa had a nice, stable foundation.
Okay.
Or a hell of a lot of get up and go.
Oh, okay. And by get up and go, you mean Alexis.
No.
Okay.
I mean grit and tenacity.
That's right.
And the ability to push through difficulty and hard work. You know what I mean? There's a combination of all of those things that come together and that allow for somebody to flourish.
Yeah.
Right? Which it clearly looks like Lisa has and is. So
Lisa's doing it.
She's killing it.
By that logic, by 23, she probably has 18 kids. I mean, I don't know how old she is.
Well, people can stop.
What? That's a thing?
I know, right? Crack.
I'm having 2 more this year. Oh, jeez. One of them with your... No.
Nah. I want an Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, let's do that.
Every bunch of babies just all of a sudden one day pop out, boom.
You haven't seen
buy them.
Umbrella Academy.
Such a good show.
Netflix. It's playing right now.
Talk about adulting.
10 quick episodes.
Everyone's loving this format of showing people as kids and then showing them as adults.
Yeah, it's called character build-up. It's called background story. Don't you shake a finger.
No show
Don't
has
you
done
shake.
this. Tell me any show that's done this in the way that This Is Us has done this.
This Is Us has done it hands down the
Thank
best,
you.
for sure.
Now, after This Is Us came out, Haunting of Hill House. Same thing, different format, but same kind of format.
Yeah,
right? And Umbrella Academy. Adults and kids, and going back and forth between the backstories and that. The way that they do that, it's like it's not just, oh, here's the backstory, and then here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, here's a flashback, quick memory.
Right.
It's like a very specific A and B story happening at the same time between two different timelines of these same people. And it's a very interesting format. I love it.
Sure. Like Orange is the New Black did it too. Did it a little bit different. But it was the same format
but not
of
kids.
taking a story.
But not
yeah, some of them went back to...
Oh, when they got later on? Oh, you're
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, when they did like the prisoners and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Their backstory.
I would love to work in a woman's prison. Take that with...
I don't understand what you mean by that.
I would like to have a steady paying job in a prison. Preferably a woman's prison.
I still don't understand why.
Why do you need to know everything?
This is
That's
weird.
not creepy.
It's pretty creepy.
You get to wear handcuffs.
You don't wear handcuffs.
Oh, in prison?
I mean, they're on your belt.
That's wearing them, right? It's an accessory.
You gotta put these on and walk around. This is weird. What are you talking? Kill that dream. Thank you.
Oh, depression was getting up. Yep. Adulting, does that mean, you mentioned that you have to take care of yourself.
Yes. That's also a solid foundation to allow you to build on that if you keep healthy, you know. And I'm not saying you got to kill yourself with exercise and do Mr. CrossFit over here, but like stay active.
What's wrong with CrossFit?
Nothing. I'm just saying you don't have to go to that extreme.
Yeah, you do.
You know, like they say that an active lifestyle is like 20 minutes of activity a day, which is like, you know, walking or whatever.
Oh, wait a minute.
The main thing about staying healthy is what you eat.
Of course.
It's what you put in your body.
I completely agree with that.
Thank you.
You're just justifying this so you don't have to do CrossFit.
Thank you.
Nick does it occasionally. He tries to do it.
I do it.
Have you quit a workout? Have you quit a workout?
When I do
have
it.
you quit a walk?
when I do it,
I
do it.
You do it?
Okay. Yes, I have quit a walk.
I'm sorry. Could you speak into my good ear? Over here.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But with no shame.
So you're a quitter. There's no shame in that.
Yes, I am a quitter, actually.
Here we go.
I will quit.
I
will quit so much. You need to read John Acuff's Quitter. Read that book. John Acuff's Quitter. Right?
He's conservative.
You need to listen to Freakonomics, the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Read the book.
A lot of fun. Most people have heard that.
That guy.
It's like 10 years old.
One of the guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people haven't.
Okay.
Gladwell's been around for a while. I'm sure there's tons of people who haven't read it. I'm just saying that they talked about this. Now I lost my train of thought. You son of a bitch!
He's so angry all the time. I don't know what his deal is. See, this would be an example of poor adulting.
So in the Freakonomics podcast, this guy is an advocate for quitting.
Yes.
And he's like, I quit things all the time. If you find that it doesn't provide value to your life, if you find that it's not something that makes you happy, if it's something that is taking your resources, cut it out. People have this, and because it comes from a standpoint of economics, it's this sunk cost fallacy. That because you've put so much time into something, because you have to stick with it, so much money into something, I have to see it through. It's the sunk cost fallacy. It is not true. If you're doing something that is not forward momentum, that is not propelling you forward or setting a foundation for something that you are building, like, cut it out. Knock it off. There's a difference, of course, between like entertainment and like making sure that you're, you know, experiencing life and joy and all that kind of thing. But when it comes to like work and things where you're doing work on yourself and work on your like what you want to succeed at, like
murder it from your life.
From your life.
Take out a 10 gauge shotgun. Load it with a slug.
Elephant slugs.
Elephant slugs.
Yeah. Actual elephant slugs.
Tie whatever it is.
Without their shell, though.
Yes.
Just the slug.
Of course. Yeah. Fire that thing off.
Yeah. Cover your dreams in monkey
mucks.
Monkey mucks.
Stephanie said 100% food and 100% exercise. That's 200%. Man, you gotta be fit as shit. If you're giving 200%, I like
so
it.
much.
I
I'm
like
only able
it.
to give 100%.
Oh, son, no.
I can't stop it.
Yeah. Dang.
I'm
That's
just
eating
saying,
while
I'm
you're
saying like,
exercising.
yes, that would be the ideal. It
Uh-huh.
would be the ideal to do that, right? Of course, to like be as diligent about exercise as you are about food. But food is something you have to do. You have to eat.
Yeah.
So because it's something you have to do, you don't have to exercise.
Yeah,
I'm saying
you
like,
do.
No. I'm saying
Exercise,
you should.
like-
I'm saying you should, but you don't have. Like if you don't exercise, you're not gonna die. You'll die sooner. But if you don't eat, you will die.
Well, exercise can just be walking around too, or taking
Well, I
steps.
understand
or
all
being,
that, but
being
what I'm saying though is you have to you have to consume food. You do not have to walk. You know you don't have to do those things. You can find ways around that. But if there is something that you can control that is going to affect you, it might as well be something that you always have to do. So you can change up your food in a much easier way than starting to exercise if you have a hard time exercising.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Starting to eat healthier is easier than it is to exercise. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Okay. This is the guy who makes the proclamation at least twice a year that he's going to get swole.
I haven't had a roll yet that's going to make me swole. It's a catch-22. I have to be buffed up in order to get, I want to get a roll, to get all buffed up, but I got to be buffed up to get a roll. The thing is, I can control that. So it's not a catch-22. I can just get buffed and then get a roll. But I don't want to.
I don't want to.
Lazy.
You cannot be lazy when you're adulting.
That's the thing.
You cannot be lazy.
Laziness is a killer, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to try and overcome that hard, and it's tough.
Right.
Like I was trying to explain to my wife that it's like sometimes I'm in bed where it's like I'm just like I do not. It feels so good to be literally doing nothing.
Okay. That is the definition of lazy.
Just taking pleasure in doing
because being
nothing.
apathetic would be
when there's stuff to be done.
Right.
Like when there's definite like every day there's stuff to be done in this house. I can clean, I can write, I can do whatever. And it's like if you're just laying there doing nothing.
That would be that's like the ugly cousin of lazy. Like that's the pejorative, that's the negative of if you don't do it like that, then now you're not taking care of your responsibilities. You're just wasting time.
I was telling
if you're taking pleasure in it, then you're taking care of you. So I would say,
okay,
yeah, that's not a problem. Okay. But if you're like, I know I shouldn't be laying here, and you're procrastinating, then
no. See, I still think if you take pleasure in it, but stuff needs to be getting done, that's not good because you could be like, you know what, I got responsibilities, but fuck it, I'm gonna be playing some Red Dead 2.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
No, we got stuff to do, Shawn.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
totally.
I feel like that's still not necessarily, self-care, take care of yourself or whatever.
If you don't have, let's say you don't have any responsibilities, so far as you're an adult, but you live at home, maybe you're going to school, I guess that's a responsibility, taking care of that. Do you have to adult at all if you don't have any children? Or...
Damn well better start.
Oh, okay. You're saying that's where you build that habit, right from the get.
Like,
you listening? You listening?
I'm a fan for starting easy, folks. Okay. This is why I say if you don't know how to get healthy, start with your diet. Of course, you should start with exercise and food.
I agree
start
with
with your diet because it's easier.
Start cooking at home.
You can choose. Even if you eat every single meal fast food, you can choose to eat things even off a fast food menu.
Making better choices.
Less in calories, less in sugar. That's the main thing. That's the one. That's
get
the
rid of
easy
sugar.
thing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna start getting slimmer down or whatever,
get rid of sugar.
The number one thing that you can start cutting out is just sugar. Just sugar things with carbohydrates that are just
like this orange juice.
This is like a tiny little bit of orange juice with a bunch of club soda.
That's right.
So go f yourself, Shawn.
Okay. I was just giving our people an example.
You're trying to shame
No, not at all. I just said just like this,
here,
high in sugar. Well, that's like your opinion, man.
That's true. If you eat Stephanie said if you eat every 3 hours, it'll help your metabolism.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. I want a full, 12-piece KFC chicken bucket.
Every 3 hours.
Every 3 hours.
With a biscuit. Am I right?
With a biscuit.
And that little honey bun.
You know who's got dope biscuits?
Who?
Is it Popeyes? Who has,
I wouldn't know. I've never eaten at a Popeyes ever in my life.
Or is it Churches? I think it's Churches.
Is it?
Ooh,
Never eaten at a Churches. So
yeah.
Churches and
Go there.
Popeyes.
Churches.
Are they better than KFC? How would you
The chicken is
rank
not. KFC's chicken is the best, flavor-wise. It's a honey butter biscuit. It's like a biscuit and then just brush on some honey glaze.
Slower. So Churches has the best
honey butter biscuits. Yeah.
Biscuits. Okay. Yeah. Well, the other ones aren't honey.
They're not, and
biscuits,
it's a failure that is true.
And that's why they're going under, right? KFC's out of business.
I don't know.
Next week. I don't know either. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. But start with the easiest thing that you possibly can. When it comes to, if you don't, this is for anybody, right? Anybody, whether you're just a teenager being like, I need to start adulting. I need to start, getting my shit together. Or if you're an adult even now, 40, 50, 60 years old, you can still do it right now. But you can start small. It's all overwhelming if you think, this is where I want to be.
Long-term.
If you're only thinking long-term, you can't do, you have to have a long-term goal, but you have to start just these tiny, itty bitty.
Get in there. Do that one. Yeah.
Steps.
Baby steps.
Tyrannosaurus arms with index cards.
Got any threes?
I have my notes on the War of Tripoli.
Oh.
Did you bring playing cards?
Yeah, sorry.
I brought my notes from the War of Tripoli.
Okay.
Do you have any General Smithsons?
Does it look like a king?
It does, sort of.
Okay. That's a match.
Dude! I don't know how to get out of the bit! Dude! Just force yourself out of the bit by deciding to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex who became a person.
I want to be a robot.
Start with taking out sugar. Start with going on a little bit of walks.
I feel like these stairs, how far that will go.
I feel like these stairs have gotten me more fit.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah. When you go up them, you go up there with veracity. Just,
oh, yeah. I'm bound. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You do look like a superhero. You never take one step. You always
never.
Take 3 or 4.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you take only one step?
You're an overachiever. I like that.
Never been told that before in my life.
Oh boy.
They're like, you're underachieving.
Oh.
You are achieving much less than you should.
Dad.
Mostly mom.
She doesn't watch.
Or she does and then takes notes of these things to use against me later.
And the point you were trying to make earlier about taking those babies, and not just with fitness, it's all things, right? Anything that you feel like you need to change in your life or you are trying to achieve, little steps. Get at it, little steps.
I saw this on, you remember Robin Big?
Yeah.
I remember seeing this where they were trying to get big to lose some weight. That dude's huge.
He's a big boy.
380?
When your name is Big,
he's big.
It's either ironic or true.
Or true. And you never see this is Big Tony. And he's like
5'9".
Yeah, he's like medium-sized Tony.
That actually.
I love it. That's going in the script.
Yeah.
The script.
I love it.
TM.
Big Tony.
Copyright. Nick and Shawn. We're copyrighting that single idea. A medium-sized guy named Big Tony.
Big Tony.
What were we talking about?
Adulting.
Oh, yeah, Robin Big. And so, but they went to a dietitian and a health expert or whatever, and she was like, how much do you normally eat or whatever? And he's like, lunch, I'll go get 2 double Western bacon cheeseburgers and
Could you imagine eating 2 of those?
A couple fries and a large Diet Coke or whatever. And she's like, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you, next time you eat there, why don't you get 1 double bacon cheeseburger?
That's a small step. Start with that. Eliminate the fries.
Well, now you're doing too much. Some people.
No, that's too much for some
Right.
people.
But then you like take those steps forward.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So that is one way to start. You know, I realized that I need to bring up a picture of like old me.
Old Nick.
Kim,
When? How old? How far back?
Kim needs to like send
Screenshots
me
on-
that picture. Yeah,
Okay.
because she was showing me. She was like, I saw this picture of you on my Instagram, and I was like, dang, you used to be so big.
Oh no!
And, I mean, that's what I heard in my head. That was
Okay.
the inner critic.
She was much nicer.
Probably.
than
She
that.
was like, oh my god.
She's a sweetheart. Yeah.
She was like, you look fat. You used to be like Kit Kat, but now you're like Flo Blue.
Oh man, my first kid. I had a picture at the zoo with him. He's literally sitting
On your
my
belly.
belly.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh god, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I was big. I was. My biggest was 235 pounds.
Wow.
I'm 185 pounds now.
That a boy? Look
6
at that.
feet tall.
Look at that.
Dark hair, brown eyes.
Mhm.
Probably get lost in it.
Available for any roles.
Paying, preferably.
Non-porn. Will not do nudity.
Well, we can talk about it.
I'll do nudity. Renee's always asked me, she said, what'd you do? I'm like,
I mean,
Why
it
not?
depends on the gig. I've
There's-
seen things where it's like, it's going to be an intensely sexual experience, and then like the movie's about bondage, and it's like all this other, and then it's also like a student film, and I'm like, I'm not submitting for that.
I want the art there. There needs to be some
And
substance.
I'm not saying that there's not going to be art there,
Uh-huh.
but I want a little bit more legitimate of a production if I'm
Mhm.
going to go there. You know,
Oh, yeah.
little steps,
Little steps. Little
tiny little baby steps.
ferret steps. 4-legged
7, 9-legged
crab steps. Just
centipedes.
yeah. That's a centipede right there. Look at that. That's how you get your achievements, folks.
Man,
We are
so good.
So good.
so smart.
We just solved
So
everything.
smart.
You know how many people we saved? At least 3.
Doesn't.
That's right.
Doesn't.
That's right.
Doesn't.
Look at this guy. He's
Thousand,
adulting
maybe.
hard.
He's pulling his daughter in a thing.
Look at
Man.
that. I love that.
You know, Shawn, I think we may have solved some problems.
I think we saved some people. We saved some maybe lost souls out there that were, as you say, overwhelmed and didn't know how to move forward. And just like that, we gave them centipede steps.
If you guys want any direct advice, message us.
Oh yeah.
Send us a thing.
Oh yeah.
We got experiences. We have a combined experience of 80 years,
Oh, we're in a millennium by now.
but we would have to have a combined total of.
Yeah. At least 10 centuries.
Oh, you're talking about not just this life.
Right.
You're talking about past lives. Oh, okay,
Nick.
gotcha. My bad. I didn't realize we were considering.
Are we
past
living
lives.
in an alternate universe or not?
Then our experience is ad infinitum. So.
Ooh, this is a polysyllabic show.
Excuse me while I break out my Latin, or at least that's what I
Ooh.
hope it is.
Ooh.
Because I don't know if I said that right.
Could you use it in a sentence, please?
Yes, can you please not look up how to say ad infinitum?
Ad infinitum.
Just trust me on this.
A. Can I get the root of the word?
Latin?
Damn it! Go out there to dull folks.
So close to it. Hey, guys, everybody.
How we speak? How we speak?
We just want to say bye. Mourning the morning.
Thank you for tuning in, folks.
Thanks for tuning in,
We had a good
folks.
time. I'm Shawn.
I'm Nick.
This is Nick. Hi. Come here, depression.
Get him! Get him! Get depression! Get depression! Get depression! He's getting up! He's getting up! Oh! Get him! Oh, headbutt. Ooh, we're gonna have to